What's up, Raider Nation? I'm your host, the Samoan Raider, and let's get right into your Nation News. The Raiders tried to finesse the Bears and getting Khalil Mack to the silver and black. Man, talk about some Indian givers, am I right? Raiders also made some roster moves, cutting 3 players, and let's be quite honest with each other, man. I don't think these guys were gonna make the team anyways. But they went out and re-signed Devery Hamilton, so I guess that's good news, right? Not only that, the fact that we need a linebacker now more than ever before. We brought a linebacker in for a workout. And no, it wasn't KJ Wright. We brought in Mark Barron. And last but not least, let's talk about Darren Waller's top 100 ranking. All of that on this episode of Nation News.
And you tell them one thing. Just win, baby.
Now, before I get started with this video, if this is the first time you're coming across my channel and you love the Las Vegas Raiders and you want daily Raider content, then look no further. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification icon button just to notify you guys when I upload more videos just like this. Road to 50K, baby. So everybody and their mamas is talking about Khalil Mack returning to the Raiders, or the Raiders trying to trade for Khalil Mack. And you guys are probably wondering, why are we even talking about this right now? Well, you guys can blame Vic Tafur's candy ass on Twitter because he posted a tweet saying, sources, the Raiders called the Bears ahead of free agency to ask about a Khalil Mack reunion. So the Raiders supposedly wanted to help the Bears out by trying to acquire Khalil Mack to help their salary cap situation.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now.
You know damn well the Raiders are trying to take advantage of the Bears situation. The Bears were obviously not interested in this move. They had to hang up the phone on the Raiders, and the Raiders just said, fuck it. They went out and signed edge rusher Yannick Ngakoue in free agency to a 2-year, $26 million contract with $22 million guaranteed. Now, I wouldn't doubt or put this past the Raiders to at least go out and try to give the Bears a call to try to acquire Khalil Mack. You got to think about it. The Raiders are going to do their due diligence no matter what to try to bring the best players to the team. It's just kind of weird because we actually had Khalil Mack and we traded him away, and they want to bring him right back. But I feel like we are in a better situation now than we did a couple of years ago when Khalil Mack was on the team. I honestly don't understand why this is coming out right now. There's no relevancy for the Raiders and Khalil Mack. Free agency is behind us. I mean, we're getting ready to go into the season, so honestly, I think the Vic Tafur and the Athletic, I know that they just wanted to get some clicks, some people to pay for their membership or whatever, because you know now I ain't gonna do that. At the end of the day, I believe the Raiders made the right decision in going out and signing a productive pass rusher and Yannick Ngakoue in free agency instead of going out and spending a lot of draft capital and money to bring in Khalil Mack. Khalil Mack will be a free agent in 2025. At that point, he'll be 35 years old, or following this season if the Bears opt out of his contract. So there could be a possibility that the Raiders could go and bring back Mack in the silver and black. And at that point, would you guys want the Raiders to go make that move? Let me know down in the comments below. As I stated before, the Raiders re-signed tackle Devery Hamilton, who was waived after spending all of camp on the NFI list. Now, after watching the depth that we had on the offensive line versus the Rams, I'm sure that they could use the help. He'll most likely compete with Patrick Omameh and Jared Jones for a roster spot or on the practice squad. The Raiders also made some more moves, cutting 3 players, and those 3 players being cornerback Rasul Douglas, offensive guard Park Eanger, and punter Corliss Waitman. Now, Rasul Douglas was a guy that I talked about earlier in the week that I thought was most likely gonna get cut, especially after the shenanigans that went on at training camp last week, the joint practice where he started a fight on special teams, and I know John Gruden was really pissed off. And then you add that with the performance he had against the Rams, there was no reason for having him on the team anymore, so the Raiders had to cut bait with him. The other 2, I honestly don't think that they would have made the roster anyways. So that puts the team at 83 players right now. The Raiders need to get down to 80 players by tomorrow, and once that happens, I'll keep you guys updated. Now, with the bad luck that we've been having at the linebacker position, it doesn't surprise me that the Raiders are trying to weigh their options in the open market. The biggest name that fans have been wondering about has been former Seahawks linebacker KJ Wright, who is still on the market. But earlier today, the Raiders hosted veteran linebacker Mark Barron for a workout. The 31-year-old spent last season in Denver but didn't play a game for the Broncos. After spending the first part of the season on IR, he was ultimately waived without playing a game. The 7th overall pick in the 2012 draft by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers spent the first 7 seasons of his careers with the Bucs and Rams. He then played 15 games with the Steelers in 2019. Mark Barron has played that hybrid safety / linebacker role throughout his whole career, totaling 710 tackles, 12 sacks, 42 pass deflections, 5 forced fumbles, and 9 interceptions. If we were to bring in Mark Barron to the silver and black, I wouldn't mind, especially knowing the need that we have at the linebacker position. But if I had to choose, I would still want to go out and get KJ Wright and bring him over to the dark side. I mean, I know that there's money situations that go into this, but I do trust the Raiders enough to make that thing work. You know what I mean? By cutting some players or moving the money around in some ways and bringing in KJ Wright. But that's just me. What are your thoughts, Raider Nation? Would you guys want to see the Raiders go out and sign Mark Barron, or just try to make something work and bring in KJ Wright? Let me know down in the comments below. Last but not least, I just want to quickly talk about Darren Waller. They did my boy wrong on the top 100. Now, I told you guys before that I knew Darren Waller was going to be on the list. I thought he was going to be at the top 25. I wasn't even trying to say top 15, top 10. I just said top 25 because I felt like he was that good of a player last year in a career year. But he didn't even crack the top 25. He came in at number 35, and I believe that he was ranked way too low. And honestly, for me, I know that they're going to have Travis Kelce in the top 10 in this year's top 100. But if you look at both of their stat lines, they're nearly identical. Travis Kelce had 105 receptions on 145 targets for 1,416 yards and 11 touchdowns. Now, Darren Waller had 107 receptions on 145 targets for 1,196 yards and 9 touchdowns. After looking at those numbers, I believe he should have definitely been in the top 25. You can't tell me that there's 34 players better than this guy, or at least 10 more players better than this guy. But I wanted to get that off my chest. What do you think, Raider Nation? Do you think that Darren Waller is ranked a little too low, or was he ranked perfectly where he's supposed to be at? Honestly, I think that he should have been in the top 25, no cap, but you already know these NFL lists be tripping sometimes. All right, Raider Nation, that is all I have for you guys today on this episode of Nation News. If you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to smash that like button. It does a lot for this channel. And again, if this is the first time you're coming across my channel and you love the Las Vegas Raiders and you want daily Raider content, then look no further, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification icon button just to notify you guys when I upload more videos just like this. Until the next video, this is your boy Simone Raider, and your boy is
And you tell them one thing. Just win, baby.